And here with Josh Evans, coach of the Summers County Bobcats. And Josh, you just got to be really happy with the way you're off. You ran for over 400 yards tonight. I know that's not a shock to you because you've seen it from this offense before at other stops. But, I mean, just talk about these guys picking it up and running like that.
Well, I mean, we'll first talk about the defense. I mean, when you give up 7 points, you got a chance to win. I mean, there's no question about that.
Coaches.
that's where it's at. I mean, offensively, we knew we could run the ball. We knew that coming into this. We've run the ball all preseason. Everybody we played knows we're going to run the ball. And you know, when you got three backs like we have, an offensive line blocking like they are,
all three of your guys mentioned the offensive line, and I think you saw a big line down here a couple of weeks ago, Wyoming East, in a scrimmage game. This week, PikeView had some big guys. Your guys aren't the biggest in the world. You think they may be a little underrated? Maybe this game will put them on the
I don't know about
map because I mean, really,
I don't know about that. We'll fly under the radar all year as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care about that. You know, they just play well. They're starting to gel. You know, we got some young kids up there, and they're starting to gel. And like I told Tyler, we got a bunch of puppies out there. That's all there is to it. And they play hard. If you play hard and you get your right angles, you're going to make the block.
Caleb Black hadn't played football since his 8th grade year. Caleb Black's a senior. Caleb Black had over 100 yards tonight. 2 interceptions on the defense you were mentioning. Had a touchdown. He's one of your 3 seniors. Talk about that kid's performance tonight.
I mean, the kid works hard. He works hard every day. You know,
he's working in carpentry the last 3 years.
Yeah, he's a very emotional kid. You know, he wants to do well, and like you said, he hasn't played in 4 or 5 years. He just, you know, he wanted to do this year, and you know, we got to stay on him. He's made a lot of mistakes tonight, but you know, his performance definitely outplayed his mistakes tonight.
Any surprised in any of the phases of your game tonight?
No, not at all.
Really had to be passed 3 times.
Well, I mean, if we get into a situation we had to throw the ball 10, 15 times, we're in trouble. I mean, when you got an offensive line blocking like they're blocking right now, and 3 running backs that you can turn and hand it to on any play, you got, you know, I think everybody played well. We got a lot of mistakes to clean up. You know, a lot of yards left on the field due to holding penalties. But you know, the one thing I was proud of is we had 0 personal fouls. You know, our kids handled themselves well. You know, when they got down here and there, some big plays happened that they pushed, got through it, and you know that was one of the most positive things I saw is that they're starting to come together and play as a team.
You had 3 drives at the end of the half with less than, you took over down here with about 4 minutes left. You drove 82 yards, all on the ground, 4 plays. You get a fumble, you drive again on the ground, touchdown. You get an interception, you drive again, all on the ground. That's 3 touchdowns in the space of about 3 minutes in a situation where most teams would go into a 2-minute offense, and you did it with runs. I mean, is your running game almost like a passing game?
Yeah, it's a format. We're going to force you to put 11 guys in the box. When you do that, we're going to try to beat you with some play action. I mean, Coach Spears, he brought a great.
But, I mean, you ran every time on those plays.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do. You know, we have some play action stuff and some vertical stuff in there, but there's no use. We have no use to throw the ball. There's 3 things that can happen when you throw it, and 2 of them are bad. So, you know, if we can keep doing what we're doing, fix our fumbles, that is a concern. You know, we didn't put the ball on the ground all preseason, and now we think 4 fumbles tonight. Yeah, that's not going. You know, tonight we had it in our favor, but you know, later down the road, that's not going to work out for us.
How big was that stretch at the end of the half when you scored 3 times?
Oh man, it's huge. The kids handled themselves well when we got down here. I knew we only had 1 timeout. When we took that timeout, called 2 offensive plays, and they got to the ball, and I knew we would be pretty close to being able to get it with at least around 5 seconds if we didn't get in, and it worked out pretty good, and I had a play dialed up, and they blocked well, they ran well.
On the 4th down, 4th and 5, basically no time left. There was 2 minutes left. You gave it to your senior who hadn't played football since 8th grade.
Yeah, we got all the faith in the world in all of them. I mean, Ben Lane, he's a sophomore. He's getting it on a few sweeps here and there. Tyson Atkins carried the ball a few times tonight as a freshman. I mean, we had Evan McGuire carried it once when Dotson had to come out with a cramp. We're not afraid to give it to anybody. As long as that line's doing what they're supposed to do, this thing will click. Will it click against every team? No, it won't. You know, because we're going to run into some teams that are senior heavy and, you know, that have played more football. And experience is what's going to hurt us the most right now.
Again, on your running game, all 3 guys over 100. what's that mean to you and your offense, the double wing?
Well,
Or say about it.
We saw it a lot last year when we was at Oak Hill. I mean, it wasn't odd to see 3 guys. I mean, you covered a lot of that. We had it going last year. You know, we can move the ball. When, you know, now we can stop the run, and it just makes when your defense is giving up 7 points. I keep going back to it because that's what wins championships. Not saying we're going to win a championship, but that's the foundation of it.
Oliveris, you talked about him in the pregame this week.
Yeah.
And he scores a touchdown on an interception.
Absolutely. Well, one of the purest athletes I've ever saw. Again, he's a puppy.
A freshman.
He's 13, 14 years old. He's going to make some mistakes, but he plays hard. You know, when he walked out here tonight, knew that he was starting a corner. I mean, his eyes were as big as wagon wheels, but you know, he settled down and things were going well for him. He had some great coverage plays as well, not just on the interception.
All right, Josh, great game tonight.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.